Good evening, I'm Rachel Smith, and this is the Real Fake News. Tonight's breaking story: Florida man and his giant alligator invade Russia. As North Koreans flee in terror, Putin calls for emergency UN meeting. In what experts are struggling to describe without breaking into nervous laughter, Carl Mason, a retired surf instructor from Florida, has advanced within 35 miles of Moscow alongside his 15-foot-long pet alligator, Kevin. The unauthorized invasion, which began as what Mason called a bit of an adventure, has thrown the Russian military into complete chaos, with entire divisions surrendering at the mere mention of Kevin's presence. Matters took an even stranger turn when North Korean reinforcements panicked and abandoned their posts, reportedly convinced they were facing Godzilla. "We have seen the films. We know what happens," a North Korean officer explained before fleeing. "We surrender." Putin loses patience and calls for UN action. President Vladimir Putin, looking visibly weary, made an emergency address to the Russian people, struggling to maintain composure. A Florida retiree and his enormous lizard are not a legitimate military force, Putin insisted, rubbing his forehead. Yet somehow, they control more Russian territory than Napoleon ever did. This is unacceptable. We demand an immediate United Nations Security Council meeting to stop this invasion. Behind closed doors, Russian military officials are said to be scrambling for a counter-strategy, as no current battle doctrine covers an alligator-led offensive. President Trump responds with unexpected praise. At a hastily arranged White House press conference, President Donald Trump fielded questions about the crisis, displaying a mix of denial and admiration. "Look, I don't know this Carl guy, never met him, but people are telling me he's a really great guy, fantastic guy. He does really great things. And Kevin? Wow, very strong. Maybe the best American alligator ever. Some are even saying he's the most successful U.S. military asset in history. I don't know, I'm not saying it, but that's what people are saying." President Trump then clarified. "But let me be very clear, the U.S. had nothing to do with this, no involvement whatsoever." That being said, look, let's be honest, folks, Carl's doing very well, incredible results. The Russian army can't handle it. It's really something. It's actually very sad indeed. Carl remains unbothered by global diplomatic fallout. Despite accidentally launching the most bizarre geopolitical crisis in modern history, Mason remains wholly unfazed. "The UN can meet all they want," Mason shrugged while feeding Kevin a confiscated Russian military ration. "I'm not going anywhere. Russia is huge. Me and Kevin might just stay, explore some. Check the place out a bit. Who knows, I hear West Taiwan has swamps. We might go there." As Russian forces remain in full retreat, North Korea refuses to re-engage, and the UN now debates how to diplomatically handle a single Florida man and his oversized reptile. One thing is clear. Carl Mason has accomplished what no military superpower ever has: destabilizing Russia armed with nothing but sheer Florida man determination and an alligator named Kevin. More on this story as it develops. Good night.
Hello, my name is CJ, and you've been watching The Real Fake News. If you enjoyed this content, like and subscribe. Good night.